Right, yeah. So I wanted to highlight a couple of things here that I use Claude for. Very, very helpful. A lot of this information, I have to put them in manually. With Claude, it's just so much easier for me to know exactly what I'm looking for, and I can kind of just fix issues on my account immediately, and they're just very, very helpful. So yeah, so this is the query that I just put in into Claude. You can do that here, as you can see. I just said using Chrome to fetch this information, act like a senior Google Ads strategist. I mean, a forensic audit of a dental practice in Irvine, California. I did have the account name there, as you guys can see here. Obviously, you don't necessarily need to have the account name. You can just have the CID number, or you don't have to have the CID number. You can just have the account name. Just something for Google Cloud to be able to recognize the account when it's looking into your overall MCC. We want to be able to identify the account that we're specifically actually talking about. So yeah, and I wanted to pull data in the last 30 days here. I wanted to identify hidden inefficiencies, scaling opportunities, lead quality concerns. This is a big one for me. Search intent mismatch, as well as competitors, pressures, indicators, and things like that. Then within seconds, I will actually go in and put the information for you here and kind of just put them in a nice table here that you can kind of just see. As you can see here, overall spend in that last 30 days here, I spent $7,220 here, with the majority of that spend being on the search campaign, about 85% of them. Remaining of that budget on the PMAS campaign as well. So just right here. And a couple of things that I actually did not notice too. Like it gives you a lot of information here, the qualities and things like that. A couple of things that I'm actually not even that I completely just didn't even realize, and this is why Cloud is really good, because it does a much deeper dive into an account than I can do or than anyone can do here. So which is really, really nice to see. An example of that here is kind of just looking at one of the things that it says on the display network is enabled on a search branded campaign. And it kind of just talked about why it's not a good idea to enable that. I just give you some data here as well that you can look at, which is really good to see. So overall, this is some of the data that I would look into, and then it talks about some of the mismatch wasted spend that you may want to add as a negative keyword into your account. Example, obviously this client does accept insurance, but they don't accept all kinds of insurance. So this is a situation where we can talk to the clients and let them know some of these search terms that we're seeing in the account, and can just talk to them. Hey, do you guys accept Sigma? Do you accept Humana or United Audio and Blue Shield insurance? So we can kind of just go over that with them and kind of just show them this is what we've been seeing. This is how many conversion we're getting from them. Do you guys want us to go ahead and add those in as negative keywords? Obviously, you can do this stuff manually as well, but they're just much more difficult, and they're not as deep as some of the things that you can do here. So you kind of just see a full audit of an account basically within seconds, which is really, really good to see. But this is just one of the things that I use it for. I use Cloud for a whole lot of other things as well, like having it perform search audit for me and send me an email of the audit, or having it to send me an email when my landing page goes down, because I want to know when an ad is disapproved. And then kind of just also having it send me an email whenever my overall target CPA or cost per conversion or cost per lead has gotten into that end threshold that I'm not comfortable with. So yeah, this is just one of the few things that I use Claude for. Very, very detailed. It's extremely useful. So yeah, thank you.